everyone, it's Miles Comics. Today is another beautiful Wednesday morning, which means, of course, it's new comic book day. Today is going to be a fat stack. I think this is maybe my fattest stack of the week, and we have a bunch of amazing polls coming out. I am honestly most excited for Avengers Armageddon issue 2, or, whatever absolute issue comes out. I think it's Absolute Flash and Absolute Green Arrow, which I am always super excited to, get a new issue of. So overall, it's going to be a super great new comic book day with a bunch of great reads, and we're going to see what else happens. I've also heard that my local comic shop got a couple new back issues, which I'm probably not going to partake in just because my comic stack for this week is pretty fat. I think I got like 10 issues in my pull box alone, plus an issue that I need to pick up from last week, I'm pretty sure. So maybe not the biggest back issues hunt today, but I'm still definitely going to be looking through those, so it's going to be a great time. And of course, I need to take some time to talk about my top 3 polls from last week. I mean, last week was just phenomenal, but spoiler alert, all of these books are from DC, which is just because they posted a bunch of quality content in their comics last week that I was just super into. So let's get right into it. Starting it off in 3rd place, written by Scott Snyder. This is super high for the books that it's compared to. I have Absolute Catwoman issue 2. The fact that the birds of prey were like slightly revealed in this issue just tickled my fancy a lot. That was a really funny way to say that. Anyway, I am just super excited with the fact that we are going to get like a full Batman universe in the Absolute universe, because it's just going to be sick. Why wouldn't I be excited for that? Then in 2nd place by Dennis Camp, you already know it, I know it, it's Bleeding Hearts, from the DC Vertigo line. This has just been one of my favorite books coming out of DC continuously, and issue 6 just really cemented that. This might be the first or the best first 6 issues in a comic that I've read so far in my comic journey. I don't know. That isn't a miniseries because this is planned to be an ongoing. Obviously, it's easier to make a well-written miniseries than an ongoing. But so far, this first trade paperback worth of stories has been phenomenal. And finally, if Absolute Catwoman is in 3rd place, I think you know what is in 1st. That, of course, is Absolute Batman, issue 22, The Origin of Harley Quinn. This was just a super sick issue. I think everything that took place in this issue was super just things that we really wanted to know, as well as the way that it's going to continue in issue 23. And I cannot tell you how excited I am for issue 24. So overall, best read of the week. And for my trade paperback recommendation of the week, I have 2 written by John Lyman. I just recommended this story on my TikTok and Instagram page, but I still want to give it just a little bit more recognition because it truly is one of the best detective stories ever written. It follows this guy right here with psychometry powers, and what that means is that he is able to trace the history of an object solely by touching it, but for him specifically, he only gains that ability by eating it, and by the fact that he's a detective, I think you could tell where that leads into this story, and there's just a bunch of weird, kooky shenanigans that happen throughout the story that make it super entertaining. I definitely recommend it. But before we go to the comic shop, I just want to take a moment to appreciate the fact that I own 2 of my grails now. New Gods issue 1 from 1970, written by Jack Kirby, and Mr. Miracle issue 1, also written and illustrated by Jack Kirby from 1971. These are both first prints, and I'm super thrilled to have them in my collection because Jack Kirby and the Fourth World story in general is one of my favorites ever, and the fact that I own a part of its history is super cool. But without any further ado, let's head straight to the comic shop. Like that, we're at Time Warp. I'm super excited to get my pull box because I'm pretty sure it's super fat this week. Getting my pull box, which is super fat. I just noticed something a little ironic. They have Thor 338, and I just got something extremely relevant to that book in the mail today that I'm going to show off as soon as I get home, which I'm super excited for. I think you already know what it is, but I'm not going to tell you anything. This was cool because I realized it's one of his first broadcastings of the Incredible Hulk being promoted, but also looking at the date, it's set for quite an unfortunate date.
they've gotten a decent sized spawn run here, like a good amount of the issues, which I've been kind of wanting to collect in the single issue format, but it's just so much affordable if I go to the compendiums. Maybe once I get the compendiums, I'll collect specific issues that I specifically enjoyed, but you know, I'm still twiddling my fingers on that one to add this to my pull box, but thank God I grabbed the last one. Super thankful. Series that I've been really looking forward to, and it's finally gotten a trade paperback, but I think I only get enough for my single issues today, so I'll have to get this another time. Maybe once I sell some single issues I could get this. Dork issue 6. World a favor. Just gonna put that right there. Just walk away. That I got an absolutely fat stack of comics, which I'm super excited about. I was thankfully not, I didn't need to get any bagging boards because I already bought a couple for home, so that's an expense I don't have to be making at the comic shop anymore, which I'm honestly pretty proud of myself for doing. I feel like I was very responsible by doing that. Ignore my hair, I can't see it, and it's windy, so, but yeah, super excited to show you each and everything that I got today because I think it was a pretty banger stack. The comic shop, once again, filled with amazing things, but I'm more excited about what I have at home that just got delivered while I was headed to the comic shop, actually. It was kind of a tragedy.
And just like that, we are back from the comic shop. As you can see, I got an absolutely fat stack of comics. These are all new releases, so this is definitely one of my fattest stacks to date. And on top of that, I am super excited to read each of these, so let's get right into it. But getting straight into the wall of pickups, the first thing that I want to showcase is this Captain America Alex Ross Dimensions variant, which is just super sick. I'm one step closer to completing that Invaders wall. However, I was pretty scared because I apparently forgot to add this single issue to my pull box, so I am super thankful that I grabbed it just in the nick of time. Then from my last week pull box, which I just didn't pick up because I didn't have enough money, I have the Black Panther from Wakanda, which is just super sick. I'm definitely going to add this to my core Avengers wall. And we have the new leader of Latveria facing off against Iron Man in Avengers Armageddon. I may have gotten that country name wrong, but I didn't get the concept wrong. I am super excited to continue this run by Chip Zdarsky. I wish I was reading the Captain America run as well, physically at least. I'm still reading it digitally, of course, but it's just overall a super great storyline so far. Then we got Gorilla Grodd in issue 17 of Absolute Flash. He honestly looks like completely unrecognizable, but I cannot wait to read this issue because it's been phenomenal so far. I mean, look at him. That is not Gorilla Grodd. Then I have issue 3 of Absolute Green Arrow, which has just been phenomenal as of recently. I mean, everything about this story has been just absolutely peak, and the fact that this is actually just a Black Canary story is honestly my favorite part. Then getting into the next level stuff, I have Lobo issue 5, written by Scotty Young with art by the legendary Jorge Corona. I feel like every issue his art just gets better, especially on that cover. Like, oh my god, that's sick. And of course, in series that also released in the same week of Lobo, I have Batwoman issue 5, also from the Next Level initiative. This has been a really sick series so far. I think I'm going to collect it until it ends. I mean, the 4th issue was just super quality, and I really hope that continues. I mean, issue 5 and issue 6 are definitely going to be those definitive issues that help me click, but you know, so far I've been loving it. Then getting into independent series, I have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 2, released by Boom Studios. I really enjoy Boom's Power Rangers. However, the last first issue that I read was not the greatest, so I'm really hoping this picks the entire series up. Then I have Of the Earth issue 3. This has become more and more of a psychological horror, which is one of my favorite horror genres ever, and I really hope they continue that trend. The fact that this is a miniseries is honestly really upsetting. Then Ryan Ottley just absolutely snapped with this super sick Invincible Conquest cover. I mean not Invincible, Battle Beast Conquest cover. I mean, it's super sick, and I honestly think if I showed this as the thumbnail, I wouldn't get suggested to a single person because it's that brutal. And finally, by Brett Bean, I have issue 6 of his series Dork. I really love this series. The fact that we are at the 6th issue, meaning the trade paperback will be released very soon, means that your ability and opportunity to pick up this story is going to increase, and I highly suggest you do, because wow, this is a great series. But without any further ado, I want to show you guys the absolute grail in key that I just got. This is from the 80s. It's the Mighty Thor. You all know it. It's Thor issue 337, the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill, which is super ironic because I saw the first appearance of it today at my local comic shop, or the second appearance of it today at my local comic shop in issue 337, and I was thinking of picking it up, but they had it listed for $12, and that was just a little bit too much than I wanted to spend, you know. I just got my new comics and I left it there for maybe someone else to get because it is an incredible issue. And I have this one now, which is just super sick. And it's in pretty great condition. Like, wow. All of those colors are really popping. And there's not necessarily any, you know, creases on or spine ticks, which is super sick, especially considering how old this book is. But with that, I am going to be leaving you guys here. As always, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider liking and subscribing. And always keep reading. Peace out.